Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I'm your host, the voice of reason. In this episode, I wanted to talk about the possibility that we could be seeing a fracture inside of this alliance between the Amhara regional militaries and the Ethiopian state, or the remnants of the Ethiopian military. I had discussed how we are starting to see a possible blur between the actual federal Ethiopian forces, the so-called federal Ethiopian forces of what is quickly becoming a defunct state, a failed state, and the Amhara regional paramilitaries. But we continue to get reports, and this has been going on for some time now, where we are seeing fighting taking place between Amhara regional paramilitaries, uh, the Fano so-called youth militia movements inside of the Amhara region that have in some cases been attacking the forces of the Ethiopian military. We've heard reports of this happening. The first really widespread report of this actually occurred in the vicinity of Kobo. We heard of it occurring in Waldea, and now we've heard of it in both Dese and in the areas of Gondar and north of Gondar. So again, what is happening is there are decision-making processes, obviously, within the Ethiopian military that are not aligned with those inside of these growing in power Amhara regional paramilitary units, these regional special forces units. And again, I use the term special forces very loosely. It's not the same type of special forces that we would see in other areas of the world. It just really simply means they are an active armed component of either a police organization, a regional police organization, or a regional paramilitary organization. But these forces, which are becoming its own army, that are operating in the Amhara region, staffed fully by ethnic Amharans, are in fact now engaging in fighting with the Ethiopian military. And there's a range of issues that are at hand, from not being aligned, as I'd said, in terms of the operational deployment against the Tigrayan Defense Forces. Uh, there are times where the Ethiopian military wants to withdraw or conduct a tactical withdrawal, and there are times where these Amhara militias are not allowing that to happen. There is a conflict for resources and assets that we are seeing. So obviously there are bases in the Amhara region that the growing Amhara paramilitary apparatus believes that it has ownership over, and we are seeing those forces attempting to take control of some of those assets that the federal government of the Ethiopian state believes that it should be in possession of. But that is what is occurring. We continue to hear about fighting taking place, again, between these Amhara militias, between the Ethiopian military that is occurring. It is not a one-time issue that we have seen. Again, we're now seeing this happen multiple times in multiple different areas around the Amhara region, and we suspect that it will continue as more and more pressure is applied by the Tigrayan Defense Forces, and we continue to see a lack of unity of command on the part of the Ethiopian military and its interoperational function with the Amhara regional paramilitaries. I mean, yes, at times they have been operating as allies, and in some cases as even a cohesive fighting unit together. But at times when things break down, again, we're seeing them fracture, separate, and start to turn on each other, especially Ethiopian Federal forces that may contain persons of other ethnic groups that happen to be operating in the Amhara region. We're seeing that become an area of contention as well. But we're going to continue to monitor the situation. And again, I talked about we could at some point see the complete breakdown of the Ethiopian state military apparatus, the federal military apparatus, and it become more of an Amhara military apparatus for all intents and purposes. But again, we'll continue to monitor this and track it and watch it very closely because it is an important component and an important equation in terms of what is happening inside of this horrific civil war that was unfortunately started by the same groups who could now be fighting each other. Have a great day, everybody.